Hey, hello, it's Ton here, Ton Ejoku. I am so pleased that we've made it to day 5 of our goal setting workshop. I just want to give you a massive high five and congratulate you for making it to day 5. Give yourself a pat on the back. I'm so proud of you, so proud, because I know I've thrown a whole lot at you this week in terms of tasks. So well done for working your way through every single task. Now, what I would say, because I know life gets in the way, I know there's stuff going on. I know, for example, at my church, it's Vision Week. There's all sorts of things going on, Energize Conference and all sorts. What I will say is that if you've not done the tasks yet, don't worry. Don't go and beat yourself up in the corner. What I want you to do is to go back and do them. Not for the points, do them for you, for your future self. So I want you to do those tasks because your future self will thank you, because, you know, it's for who you're going to be 1 year from now, 5 years, 10 years. So doing those tasks are the mustard seeds of action that will get you to where you want to go. So I just want to encourage you, if you've not yet done those tasks, don't worry. Get them done. You know, got a weekend ahead now, so you know this is a perfect opportunity to just catch up and really take time and think about what you want. Get those tasks done. Break those dreams down into goals. Let's get the structure in. So we've had a great week. It's been a real pleasure. Sorry that I came on a little bit late today. I had, technology is interesting. Let's just say technology can sometimes do its own thing, but it's all good. We soldier on. So we've had a great week, and I believe we've laid the foundations, and we've dealt with some of the things that have held us back in the past, which is brilliant. And now we're going to look at how to cast an exciting vision for your future. The power of vision. So right at the beginning of the workshop, I talked about the subconscious mind, how powerful your subconscious mind is, and that is actually fed by the conscious mind. I mean, actually the language of the subconscious is primarily what we see, but also what we hear. So the two power tools that I've given you this week, one I'm going to give you today, the other one was 2 days ago, which is your affirmations. So when you speak and declare words of affirmation, powerful words over yourself, you are actually reconditioning and reprogramming your subconscious mind, because it has been conditioned. See, whether you're aware or not, whether you know it or not, you have been conditioned. And this is what we touched on this. You have been conditioned because here's the truth. We see the world not as it is, but as we are. So that's why, as the saying says, if the man who says he can and the man who says he can't both are right, because that's how they're both seeing the world. So if we're in a place of can't, it's through those affirmations and all the things we talked about over this week that will break past the can't and break through those limiting beliefs, the things that have limited you in the past, and bringing us into that place of I can, I will, I am. Just watch me. I will not be stopped. I will not be denied. This is my moment. This is my time. It's going to happen. So that's why it's massively important to get through all the tasks. So today we're going to focus on vision, the power of vision. So the thing about vision is that the reason why I'm spending time to go into this today, I'm giving it one whole day to go into, is because here's the thing. Most of the time, especially those of us who come from a traditional workplace, we struggle with really visualizing and thinking about what it is, having clarity about what it is that we want. Because, I remember when I used to work back in the day, in my tech days, my goals were handed to me. So I worked hard, but I worked hard towards a goal that was given to me by someone else. So when it was time for me to now start setting my own goals outside of the context of work, I initially struggled, because now it's, oh my gosh, it's me. I'm out here. I've got, there's no one putting any constraints on me. So I found it initially quite hard. And over time, I built up the confidence to start to say, actually, this is what I want. This is what I really want out of life. So now that we've taken time, as we did a couple of days back, to really look at your life ambitions, what you want for yourself, your family, your community, what you truly want and what you're prepared to work for. Now we're going to cast an exciting and powerful vision around those dreams and goals that will give you the rocket fuel to not just to set goals, but to stick to and achieve them. So vision. having a clear vision is everything. It gives you clarity. It actually makes life simple. When you know where you're going, you know where you're not going. So when you say yes to your vision, you're saying no, simultaneously saying no to other things. It makes life easy. And it's easy when things come up that are going to take you away, that are not going to serve you well. It's easy to identify and say, oh, is this going to take me towards my goal? No, it's not. So the answer is no, and I've had to do that practically with some things in my life. So for example, some of the roles that I kind of do quite a bit of voluntary work. I've had to step back from some because I thought to myself, in as much as I love serving and helping, for example, at my children's school, there are so many other people that can do it. And so I stepped back, but obviously before I didn't just kind of yank myself out and leave a big gaping hole at the school. I put things in place. I got other people set up and I got people doing, so I got about 5 people doing what I was doing. So by the time I stepped back, it didn't cause a problem. But I had to step back because I said, it's not serving me well. I'm giving my time to something that A, someone else can do, B, probably do better than me, and C, it's just taking time that I need to apply somewhere else. So it starts to make things clear. You start to realize that, oh my gosh, there's a lot of things that I'm doing. I'm busy, but I'm not necessarily being productive. And that's what I did. I did a life assessment, and once I got clarity, I knew what I needed to do. And as we said right at the beginning, that successful people do 2 things. One, they're intentional. Every action that a successful person takes, because the truth is we all have the same 24 hours in our day, how it's all about how we spend our time. So successful people are very intentional. And remember, we broke down that word. Intentional means pre-planned, premeditated, planned out in advance. They don't just wing it. They don't just fly by the seat of their pants. They know every single thing they do with clear intentionality. So every moment is accounted for. I remember meeting a very successful businessman, very, very humble, hardworking, lives not far from me. And we met for a coffee in a local hotel, and he said something to me. He said he came to England, where I am now, with nothing. And he said as he arrived, he called his dad back in Nigeria and goes, "Hey, Pops, I'm here, I'm in UK." And his dad said, make sure you have an account for every minute of your time. Click, in true Nigerian style. No goodbye, no love you, no kiss, just click. And those words stayed with him till now. So since that moment till now, he's accounted for every moment of his time. He's very successful. He's a property investor. He's got lots of small businesses around our local area, and also in parts of the city. He accounted for every moment of his time. Someone else spent that time watching Netflix, watching, I don't know what comes on, Jerry Springer, Jeremy Kyle, Judge Judy. Not saying there's anything wrong with those things, but if you're on a mission, then you need to say, right, okay, am I going to sit and watch Love Island on repeat, or Big Brother House? Am I going to spend some time, turn off that box, and I'm just going to spend some time working towards my goal? So when you have clarity, when you have a vision, you have clarity, and you know what it is that you're going for, and you'll start to realize that there's some things that don't serve you well. The second thing that successful people are specific. So and that's what we've done. You've done that. So we've been intentional. We set your intentions for this workshop. So tick to you. And also being specific. So we've taken those dreams and we've really broken them down. We've broken them down into goals. We've put dates on them. We've sorted out things in order of priority. So you know what it is that you're going for first. We've stretched it out. So we said, all right, okay, I can't go for everything now. There's some things that I'm going to go for now. There's some things that are going to be, I'm going to go for 3 years from now, 5 years from now. So you've stretched your goals out. So the question is, what do we do next? So one of the things that gives you the rocket fuel to stay on task until you hit every single one of your goals is a vision board. Now, I must admit, when I first heard about this, I just thought, whatever, this mumbo jumbo stuff. That's for fluffy people. It's not for me. I know what I want. I'm going to go for it. And I was able to achieve some level of success in business and with my fitness goals. I used to be size 18 and plus, but I realized that, pardon me, I got to a point where I just did not have enough fuel in me to push past. I realized I was running on the wrong fuel. When I started making vision boards, it changed everything. So today is all about the vision board. And even if we open our manual, it also tells us about the vision board. So I'm going to roll forward because I know that most of you, I recognize that I've come on early today. And most of you are going to catch this on the replay as I've received your messages. Thank you for letting me know, and that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to roll forward with everything I'm saying. So when we open our manual, what does our manual have to say about vision? What does our manual say about vision? It says, write the vision, make it plain, so that who may run who reads it. And the vision is for an appointed time, and in the end it will come to pass. We will see it, though it tarries. Wait for it, because it will surely come. What does that mean? Let me break that down. All that old King James English. What does that mean? Write the vision. Be clear. Be specific about what you want. So your vision is like when you want to go to visit a friend. You need to put the postcode in so you know where you're going, right? When you want to phone your friend, if your friend's phone number, you dial in the exact phone number to call that friend. If you miss that number by one digit, you will not get your friend on the phone. You might get the local Pizza Hut or the local taxi firm, but you certainly won't get your friend on the phone, because you have to be very specific. So write the vision, make it plain, be clear, get clarity about what you want. So when we talk about the vision, we're talking about visual items, and that will go on your vision board. So we're going to create a vision board. I'm going to show you mine. And it's yet for an appointed time. So what will go on your vision board is the things, your 1 year, the things that you wrote down for 1 year, for 3 years, and for 5 years and beyond. Because when you see those, we know when we're working towards something, we all have good days and we all have not so good days. Let's be honest, we all have life has its ups and has its downs. Hey Lillian, thanks for tuning in, thanks for stopping by. Life has its ups and downs. You want to see, when you have a clear idea of where you're going, that's going to give you the rocket fuel to feed you. Remember this, the subconscious mind is the real power center in you. So once you're feeding your subconscious mind with images of where you want to be, of where you're going, that's going to propel you forward. That's going to give you the juice, the right fuel to roll forward. And remember, it says, yet though it tarries, wait for it. What does that mean? That it may be delayed. That dream may be delayed, but we want to be stubborn with the goal, but flexible with the plan. So it may tarry. And I see a lot of people give up. They just dig up that seed too soon because they've just not waited long enough. They've just not stayed in the game long enough to see that dream come to fruition. Though it tarries, wait for it. Don't give up before time. Because why? There's a promise. It will surely come. So what it is that you've put on that vision board, what it is that you're working towards, it will come. But you've got to stay in the game. And the vision board itself will help you to do that. So that's a little bit about the vision board. So what you want to do is you want to really make sure that that vision board has the things that you want out of life in visual format on it. Yes, there might be a few words, but we're talking about images, because remember, images is the language of the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is your power center. It's the place of belief. It's the place that's where your perception of where you're going is. And once you plant those powerful images into your subconscious mind, even when you're switched off, your subconscious mind is still on. Remember, it will lead you. You'll start to meet the people or find yourself in the right places, in the right environments, and you're going to come across the right things that will come your way, that will lead you towards your goals. Just literally last night, I connected with a lady on Facebook, and when I scrolled through her Facebook, I was like, wow, I can see why we've connected. And it's happened to me a few times. I've connected with some amazing people, and again, it's that thing of affirmations, calling forth the things that are not as though they are. And vision, when you have a clear vision, you start to, they call it law of attraction, but let me tell you what it truly is. It is you see, we get so much information comes our way on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to break down law of attraction. There's all this, it's mumbo jumbo, it's voodoo. No, let me just break down law of attraction in Tonneries. Every day, millions of information comes your way. You see so many things, millions and millions of information, micro bits of information comes your way. Social media, out on the street, all around, adverts, so many things. You're bombarded with information, literally 24/7, except for when you sleep. You're bombarded with information. The way that you know when you're clear about what you're looking for, your subconscious mind will start to eliminate the things that you don't. It will almost like blind you to the things that you don't want and start to zero in on the things that you do want. I'll give you an example. When we wanted to change our car, and when I put, actually, I'm going to just show you, because my vision board is right here. This is my vision board from a couple of years back. This is car, it's silver Mercedes. When that went on my dream board, okay, let me hold it up so you can see a bit more. When that went on my dream board, I all of a sudden started to see, it's like silver Mercedes-Benz were everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And then lo and behold, anyone who's been in my car knows I drive a silver Mercedes. So what I'm saying to you is that at first I started seeing them everywhere. Why didn't I see them before? Because I hadn't told my subconscious mind. I didn't have that visual image. All of a sudden, gosh, I didn't know Mercedes-Benz, silver Mercedes were that common. But, you know, because now I'm seeing it, I'm now focused in. The GPS is going, I'm seeing what it is, I'm finding what I'm looking for. Seek and you will surely find. And we just look at the comments. Hey Lillian, good morning Tonna, thank you for the goal setting talk. You are most welcome Lillian, I hope you've got value out of it. I've covered quite a bit, so I know you may have to loop back to the beginning to catch up, but thank you, I'm so happy you're here on live this morning. So what I'm saying to you is the vision board, it's just has this way of, it's just so amazing. I've covered some of the science behind it, because at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is like magic. And then when I really went away and studied and looked into how this thing works, I realized, oh my gosh, there's a real science behind it. And again, it helps to deal with fear, because I did say yesterday that I was going to cover fear today. Now, when we talk about fear, sometimes we want to take action, we want to step out of our comfort zone, and we sort of go, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. But then when you have a vision about where you're going, guess what, you also have a vision about where you're not going. And so when you're about to do something and you decide not to, in a split second, you will go into your future and you will say, oh my gosh, because I didn't do that, I don't have, oh my gosh, I haven't prepared for my future. I don't have that. If I just made that one phone call, or just taken one step, or gone to that one training, or picked up that one book and read it, my gosh, you know, it would change my life. But if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't have that thing that I desire that's on my vision board. So you start to have, so let the fear of not doing it, you know, you need to turn that fear around, invert it, invert that fear. So you're now saying, oh my gosh, what if I don't do it? What would the future look like if I didn't do this action? And when you see that, you yank yourself back into the present, a bit like Ebenezer Scrooge, the ghost of Christmas future. He went into the future. He didn't like what he saw, and he came back and he changed the present. And you need to do an Ebenezer Scrooge. You need to do an Ebenezer Scrooge and go to that future, see it and say, oh my gosh, if I carry on this trajectory of not doing, I will sure, because either way, whichever way you go, your actions are compounding. So you're either going to, every decision that you make is going to take you either towards your goal or away from. So when you don't make those decisions and you go into the future and you see, oh my gosh, this is what it looks like if I don't, you will come back to the present in a heartbeat, and you'll do that action, because the fear of the consequences of not doing it will become bigger than the consequences of doing it, because you have a clear vision for your future. So actually having a clear vision just gets fear right out of the way, knocks fear out of the way. So today is all about creating a vision board, and this is going to be very practical. So I want you to think about what it is that you want. So I'm going to take an example of one of my fitness goals, which is to I saw a picture of Jada Pinkett's mum, and this was a little while back, and she was coming out the ocean. She looked like a Bond girl coming out of the ocean, and with a six-pack, this bikini, and the photo, I think what killed it for me, the photo was taken by her grandchild. I was like, if a granny can look like this, I mean, my goodness me. I think in that moment I was like, no, I'm not even having this. How is a granny looking like that and I'm looking like this? So that's one of the things that spurred me, and I used to keep that picture on my phone as a screensaver. So anytime I even thought about eating the wrong food, I would look at this picture and I'm like, ooh, I want that body, and I would literally not eat that food. So for example, you can have a picture of, say let's give an example of a six-pack. You can get a picture of someone with a six-pack, and then just get a photo of your head and stick your head on top of the body, if that makes sense. So how you would look like with a six-pack. And there's a couple of things that I would say to do. One is create a vision board. You can put words in there as well, words of affirming words, but pictures, you know, pictures of the language of the subconscious mind. So there's some things there. So Disney, I mentioned to you guys yesterday about Disney. Lots of things here on the vision board for me. So there's a mixture of images and words. So you can mix it up, and I say don't just do one. So the mistake I made when I did this vision board, which was amazing, but I only put it in one place, and it was a place I didn't go to every day. So what I've done now is I've got a vision board, and I've got a vision book, and which I unfortunately left in the car. I've got a vision book. So every day I open my my diary, my daily diary that I use on a day-to-day basis, I go to my vision board first and I look at it for at least a minute or two. I just look at my vision board, inside my book. So I've got a replica of the same pictures. And what I'll say is, don't just leave the board and stick it somewhere that you might go to once in a while. You can even have bits of your vision board everywhere. So have a picture on the fridge, a picture in the cupboard, a picture in the bathroom while you're brushing your teeth. You're looking at one of the images from your vision board. So for example, my husband's put 6 packs by the snack cupboard, so that will keep him away from temptation of eating those snacks. And it actually works for me, so I'm like, ooh, I want that 6-pack as well. So I'm not gonna have, I'm not really a snacker anyway, but it sort of makes me think twice about going into the snack cupboard. So every time I go there, I remember, oh yeah, I'm going for that goal. So bump into your vision board, or put it all over the house, all around your place, so that you will see it all the time. And that gives you that rocket fuel to get to your goals. So today's task is, I want you to list out exactly what you need to make your vision board. So it could be, and really get practical. So it could be, so for example, I put this on a bit of board. You could get an A1 or A2 board from somewhere like Hobbycraft, Wilkinson, just a local hardware store. Or if you're someone who gets orders coming in and you get big cardboard boxes, what this is actually the lid of a box that no, what is this? This something like that. Something like a box. Something I ordered, and it came in a box. Or it's something that I had hanging up, one of the kids' things, and we finished with it. And I just took off the details and I used it as a board. So a bit of cardboard. What else will you need? Let's think about this. So you're going to need pictures. Best to have them in color. Color pictures send a much more powerful message to the subconscious mind. So color photos. So for me, if I think about it, I've got a black and white printer at home. Our color printer died last year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some, because I've done one, but I want to replicate my vision board so I have it all over the place. Where are you going to print your pictures? How are you going to print them? So I'm going to put my pictures on my phone, go down to Boots, and I'm going to connect to my phone, gather my photos in one album, and I'm going to print them out. And I'm going to print about 4 copies of every photo that I need, so that I've got enough for my vision board, my vision book, and also to sprinkle them around the house. The bathroom when I'm brushing my teeth, the kitchen, the fridge. Not the fridge is messy, but just sprinkle them in key locations where I know that I need to see them. So that's one of the things I say. So you can think about what you need: glue, scissors. Are you going to put words of affirmation down? And think about what the images are. So for example, like I said, you might get an image of someone with a 6-pack, and then so you need photos of yourself. So you want some selfies. You want to print out some photos. If it's something if your goal is money, in the area of money, some people have printed out pictures of cash, a wad of cash. That's fine. I personally prefer to print out what the money will give or what the money will do. So for example, on my vision board down here, what's the money going to do? It's going to help towards orphan children in need. So I'm just going to put that down there so you can see, towards children in need. For me, it's more powerful to see where the money's going than just have a wad of money. I'm more motivated by seeing the actual end result, because we don't want money just for the sake of money. I'm just giving an example of money now. We don't want money just for the sake of money. It's to do something with it. So think about, what am I going to do? And if your vision is to be successful, what does success look like? So does it look like, again, just being very personal, does it look like I said, a holiday, a home, a winter home, so you don't have to shiver in England when it's winter? Is it a winter home somewhere? Is it a car? Is it a particular type of car? What type of car is it? Is it being able to give back? Is it being able to support local charities? Is it holidays? And if it is holiday to where? How many times a year do you want to go? How are you going to travel? Are you going to travel castle class, or are you going to travel in premium economy, or are you going to travel in first class or business class? Really break it, and then get photos of that. So if it's a holiday, get a photo. What does it look like to travel first class? You get on the plane and you're directed left rather than right to the cattle. What does that success look like to you? Is it private school? So again, those of you who had a conversation with me know, and that's something very much on my dream board and goal board. What is it for me? It's also a big one for me is helping my parents to age with dignity. I don't, you know, my parents are a blessing and they've sacrificed a lot for me over my life. And as I was saying earlier on this week, it's massively important for me to be able to give back to my parents while I can, you know, while I can. And that's a huge driver for me because my parents are, they're, you know, they're mature in age. So, you know, that's one of the hot goals for me. And what does that mean? That means so many different things. It means their health, it means their well-being, it means their home, it means holidays, because they don't really do holidays. So for example, a couple of years ago, it was on my dream board for them to go to Israel. They've been and come back, and I'm just so massively blessed. It actually gave particularly my dad a new lease of life, and my mum, she was like, I'm in the promised land, you know. So it was lovely. They had a pilgrimage to Israel. They would never have done this. Again, on my vision board, and we were able to see it manifest. And I say we because it was a team effort amongst myself and my siblings. So put things on your goal board. Really think about what it is that you want. Take the whole time and think about. So today's the task is about listing out what you would need for your vision board, all the materials you will need, where you're going to get them from, and also I want you to have a date for when you're going to put them together. So don't just sort of, yeah, I'm going to do it sometime, whenever. I'm going to get all my materials together. This is the list of what I need: Pritt stick, scissors, you know, A1 board, you know, X many photos. And this is the day, this is when I'm going to get them, and this is when I'm going to make my vision board. And then obviously once you've done it, post it here so we can see. So really make an appointment, because if, you know, my motto is if something's not scheduled, it's not real. So just give a date. I am going to put my vision board together on such and such day, and on that day, what I want you to think about as well is give yourself a couple of hours, create a nice ambience when you put your vision board together. So it might be the music. So I've just come across this thing called lo-fi music, chill hop. It's this kind of instrumental. It's actually for study music. It's, my daughter was shocked that I knew about this. She's like, Mum, you're not that cool. How do you know about that kind of music? I'm like, yeah, I know things, girl. Your mama knows things. But it's just lovely. I love it. It's actually lovely. It's instrumental. So for me, that means that's better. It's just, you know, it's not, there's no lyrics playing, so I'm not listening to the words. I'm just able to do what I'm doing. So think about the environment you're going to create. You know, it could be candles, it could be a glass of something bubbly on the side, and you're just relaxed. And, you know, it could be candles, scented candles, so you're creating a nice environment when you put your vision board together. So also the emotional state that you're in, the energy that's flowing when you put your vision board together is also important. So think about that as well, and give yourself a couple of hours to just really unhurried time to really put your vision board together. Think about the ambience, what you're going to have playing, what kind of, you know, what mood, where are you going to do it, you know, where are you going to do it, that way you can really be relaxed and just comfortable and in your happy place when you put your vision board together. So that is it for me today. Thank you so much for just tuning in, and if you are watching on the replay, do drop that replay in the comments. I did say I had an exciting announcement to make, and which is that next week we're going to have our vision board party. Hey party. So I'm going to give you the date for that, and I'm going to show you the prizes, and I'm going to announce the winner. So we're going to I'm going to use the weekend to total up the points, and I'm going to announce the winner. And like I said, even if you missed the points, still do the tasks, because at this point it's not even about the points. It's not even about the points. It's about you. It's about your future. So still get those done, and post this one. I'm going to give you the weekend to do this, because just to post what you would need. So let's say Sunday midday, and it's I'm going to church. Okay, you've got all of Saturday to do it. So I'm giving you an extra day to get this task done. So you take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, whatever you're doing. And my desire for you is that you thrive and be in good health. You take care. Thank you.